Wagwan Two Tone Podcast.
We're here live with Brett Wilson from
He's got a yoga shirt on.
We're here live.
You see, I told you I'm undercover hippie. I told you I'm undercover hippie, yo.
Yeah.
We're here live with Brett Wilson from the Roots of Creation.
So I'll talk into the cameras. I'll ignore you.
Now, normally we interview artists because of their music. Don't be making out with my mic. We interview artists because of the music, but we decided that we just want to interview a particular creature called a ginger.
Yes. 1% of the world's population.
Historically, you guys are from the same lineage as the first person that had ginger. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh.
But I do know that we're
ginger what?
descendants of the Vikings.
They are.
Yes. And what I was told in English class in high school when I was misbehaving and the teacher got frustrated with me, he said, "Do you know that you're a rape child?" And I said, "What did you say?" He said, "Do you know that you're a rape child?" I said, "No."
I know
He
my
said-
mother and my father.
He said, "Your ancestors, the Vikings, raped and pillaged the whole entire earth, and English, Irish, and Scottish people didn't have red hair. They had black hair until the Vikings came in and they gave them red hair. So anywhere red hair is," he said, in his opinion as a historian, is only from the Vikings. And also Russian Jewish people see the
Let me get your thing.
red tinge that he's got.
Yeah, let's put that on top.
His opinion, all red hair comes
Do you
from
mind?
Vikings.
Oh, wait.
Do you mind? I'll do
Why?
it.
This is where we're having a good story. What do you? What?
Oh, my bad. Keep going. All right, so we got Roots of Creation here. You're doing like Grateful Dead stuff now. Riding that train, high on cocaine.
Yeah, so
Gingers, you better eat your ginger.
that's cannibalism.
Eating ginger, like the actual
Root.
roots?
Yeah, the root. I love ginger root
How's that cannibalism?
because you're eating yourself.
Very sexually suggestive.
It takes yoga to be able to do that, right, Coley?
Oh, well, you have to get in that position. Bro. You got to get in that position and the mindset.
What exciting things you got going on for the Roots of Creation or the Grateful Dub? You know, you're obviously a big factor in this reggae rock scene. You've been around for at least, I've known you for like 15, 20 years already.
Yeah. So I'm 42 years old. I started my band probably when I was, in high school at some point in time, and then maybe in college we moved into a house, we bought a van, we just hit the road. I was originally inspired by the California sound of ska, Sublime, Operation Ivy, Rancid, that West Coast sound, and then in the Northeast we had like an improvisational music scene, a jam band scene. So I was inspired by that, like Fish and all these smaller bands we had around there, and then the West Coast jam band scene, Quicksilver Messenger Service, like the psychedelic scene, Grateful Dead, all that stuff. So I was into that and metal and all these different styles of music. So that's why when I heard Sublime and that style, I was like, oh, this is all my favorite bands. They're doing, dance hall, they're doing hip hop, they're doing all this stuff. They're mixing it together. I'd love to do that and have, an improvisational jam band element to it was my original vision for the band. Fast forward to 2018, we put out an album, Grateful Dub, a reggae-infused tribute to the Grateful Dead. For various reasons, played festivals. We had one song on our album. It was part of my history as a musician. It kind of took off. And so at this point, we have two bands because the original fans would show up to our shows and be like, yo, you're playing too much Grateful Dead. We want to hear the original music. And the Deadheads would be like, you're not playing enough Grateful Dead. So we're like, okay, we'll change it into two bands. And so we had
Genius.
a tribute band and an original band touring at different places at different times,
Whoa.
which was hard to do. So then this tour, we did the Grateful Roots tour, and we're literally opening up for ourselves. So we do an original set,
Yeah.
and then we do our Grateful Dub set afterwards, and it's pretty fun because you're not just selling your soul to be in a tribute band. Like still get to play your original music,
Yeah.
but then the tribute band is a band that I grew up musical
I'm
lineage.
glad you told me that because I was listening to the record coming up here and I was like, yo, this sounds like two different bands. Like he was rapping on one of them, right? It was like it's a whole rap scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it's singing nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you know that?
You know what I mean?
So-
It's singing nice. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
You had like a famous Jamaican producer produce your Grateful Dead album.
Correct. So
Who's the Jamaican producer?
his name is
You fucking
I'm
forgot the
fucking
guy's
tired
name.
right now.
Oh my God.
you're putting me on the
Wasn't
spot.
he your sound guy for like 2 years?
His name
Errol Gordon?
is not Errol Gordon. that's like mixing
Donny Van Brown.
Barry Gordy from Motown. No, it's Errol Brown.
Errol Brown.
Which he, at this point in time, I don't remember how old he is, but he's in his early 70s, and he was part of Bob Marley's last 3 albums. It was also a live engineer with Bob. He was recommended to us by a radio station that was online called Big Reggae Mix. They're like, he's our executive producer. You should try working with him. So we sent him the concept of the Grateful Dub, and he was really into it. And the cool thing about him was he was like, yeah, I love the reggae rock thing. He's like, but you got to get the foundation right. We got to get the bass and drums right. So he really schooled us. How do we mic the drums and bass? How does the bass and drums sync up together? And mic'd it in original Jamaican style, which then he allowed us to put the rock and roll elements on top of. But it was a whole different way of thinking about it, because I'm coming from like a rock thing, and kind of like the Clash and other people and Sublime, where they imitate it, but it's not quite truly authentic, because which is cool because they're creating their own thing. But he really was like, okay, we're not doing anything till we get the foundation right. So that was amazing. And then he loved like the rock and roll guitars and stuff, and turned them up, but on top of like that big foundation he built. So
yeah, I've gotten mixed emotions in Jamaica.
Yeah,
like I play that stuff to them, and they're like, turn it down, man. Turn down the guitar, man.
Yeah.
Turn down that. You just leave the mix with the reggae part there, brother. You don't need that part there, man. Just load that part there right there. So it gets to like they don't want it.
Yeah.
They don't want it. They just don't want it.
Right.
But if you get someone that's open to mix it in there like that, you got a solid situation.
100%. And that was cool. And he likes the newer stuff, younger people smiling at shows, enjoying the music that he was a part of since he was a little kid.
That's cool. He toured with Revolution too, right?
Yeah, he did Bob's Sons for a while. So like if you look at that video, Joe Mersa Marley on Instagram or YouTube singing with his dad Stephen Marley, but rest in peace Joe Mersa.
Rest in peace, Mersa.
You see him singing with his dad as a young kid. Errol at the controls in that video. So he was a part of the young Marleys and touring with Stephen and Ziggy, and I'm not sure about the other brothers, but being a live engineer for them, working at Tough Gong and doing his stuff. And then he kind of branched out into the reggae rock scene, the American scene, and worked with Revolution, Modest Yahoo. Now he's with Steel Pulse.
Oh, nice.
Which is, I think, seems like it's his favorite because it's got that rock element, but still true roots and from his era.
Yeah,
so.
And it's got more of the Bob Marley sound. What he did from before.
But it's exciting. He likes exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I love Steel Pulse. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
He would be great for you to work with because he would understand your music. He would be open to it.
Tell him I'm ready for him.
I
right?
will.
Yeah,
I will.
I'm ready for him right now. He can come over here and give me some love.
Choir minds want to know how you get your hair to look like that.
I will not reveal my secret. How dare you? Oh,
I heard you were coming out with a brand of Raised Fist coconut oil.
So Raised Fist coconut oil hits the shelves next year. We get it from the grill, from Rasta Aid.
Yeah.
Rasta Aid is a vegan place on the beach at 7 Mile Beach. They sell soursop, coconut. You drink the coconut, then you take your fingers on the meat and
The jelly.
put it through
So
your hair.
you're finger blasting coconut.
Unbelievable. Why is everything sexual with you?
You see,
You have filmmaker, bro. So I shot.
Are you though?
I had no. So I shot. My favorite videos that I shot for you were struggle, snuggle,
Yep.
snuggle, struggle.
Don't let Taylor Swift know that I stole that.
Oh, she's snuggler.
She wrote the song Trouble, 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 Trouble. I may have ripped that
Also, I shot the Guiding Light with Roots
Arise
of Creation featuring Arise Roots.
Yeah.
We filmed it with Paul Haley up in New Hampshire. Shout out to Paul Haley, Granite Lion, a.k.a. I do not know that dreadlock dude.
Hampton Beach. He cut his dreads off.
He cut his dreads. I don't know who he is now.
He's a crazy bald head.
We're going to chase those crazy Haleys out of town.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of funny shit?
Why did you skipped over the Grateful Dub video that you did? With John Phillips.
So basically, John Phillips, the guy who discovered Sublime, I want to help produce this video for Brett. I'm like, all right, cool. What do you want to do? I want to film it at like a train yard. And John has these like overwhelming concepts because he produced Sublime videos. I'm like one guy, independent. Like, what do you mean train yard? He's like, don't worry about it. Googled some train park. So we got you, Dan Kelly from Fortunate Youth. I wouldn't say we snuck into the train yard, but we casually just walked in the train yard and started filming a video. And honestly,
it looks epic.
It's one of my favorite videos, and this is where I'm going to put the clip. But it's so smooth.
John has good ideas. I think he's different than other managers where he's not just focused on money or career stuff. He's artistic. He plays guitar. He has artistic visions for merch and posters. He has
Shout out to John Phillips.
he's got he's got visions for videos that drive the directors crazy.
So this guy for some reason. He's like, oh, too many palm trees.
Did he hit you up about the fonts?
Oh yeah, John's always like, why'd you use this font? Like I think the video's done. He'll be like, the font in the credits, I don't like it. I'm like,
But he was right about the fonts on the Arise Roots video. I
don't
told him
remember.
I
I
was
don't
going to make a shirt that says your fonts suck, because he's always talking about the fonts. But fonts are important, don't you
Of
think,
course.
Cooley?
I
I'm
use
gonna
MTV
tell you
font.
what it is, though. It's just like how you see things. No, you see things the same way as I do, bro. If it's not correct, you're not gonna let it slide. That shit's got to be to your likings. Then you're like, oh,
Yeah,
Right,
that's
right,
cool.
right.
Your approval.
you know what I mean?
I argue creatively, right? I don't argue personally. I love everybody, but like creatively, it's like, how the fuck are you gonna tell me how to do my video? Like, how do you feel when you record songs?
But the question is it your video if somebody's paying for it?
Yeah, I'm the fucking director. It's still my video. It's your video. Like
It's my video.
It's your video, but I'm directed by.
But so it's my video, but your video.
Ultimately, it's your video.
But
You,
you-
Then
you
if
own
it's
it.
your video and my video, isn't it our video?
But it's your
No,
name.
because
your name is
you're
going
not
on it.
directing. You're the artist.
You're more concerned about how it looks because it's your name on it.
Right.
Yeah.
There are points where he was just like, "You're being mean to me," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm just very like, stop talking. Do this."
I will tell you that is helpful. I thought it was aggressive when I worked
We
with
did
you.
get in a fight. We were in Maine with Mighty Mystic.
Yeah,
It was
light
very-
it up. We forgot about that video.
Yeah, light it, dude. We did so many, bro.
Yeah, like 4, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do some other adventures. You tell the story.
I just think Mighty Mystic, looks visually cooler than me. He's a Jamaican dude. He's tall, badass. But for me to look cool in front of the video, you got to put some sunglasses on. I'm a good songwriter. I'm a good stage performer.
Amazing.
But shooting a music video and like
Dude, you're
lip
wearing fucking
syncing,
you're wearing raised fists, man. You're fucking
he
cool.
naturally he's like he's
Dude,
he's
you got a
doing it.
fucking fatigue on. What are you talking about? You got a
I'm
fucking
just
fatigue.
being honest, like,
dude.
But Mystic
styling right
Mystic
now.
is like, I got your swagger.
When I was being bossy,
He understood you, but also like he just generally exudes like a superstar like swagger visually. I respect that. All the videos I've worked with you, I thought you were pretty aggressive, but then I've worked with other videographers.
So how do you see in terms of directing different style?
Well, what I was gonna say is that it was harder with my movements and to figure out what I should and what I'm doing without somebody barking at me like a fucking
it.
cocker spaniel. So
I would
at
like to
that
say
point-
Pitbull, but you know what's funny? I get shit done. I tell you exactly how to look,
Right.
and then you get it.
You need direction. That's why you have
Yeah.
a director.
right. So
And that's why you have a producer.
And that's why Cooley's my partner on
That's why you have a
the Two-Tone
producer.
podcast.
You know what I mean,
I realize that there's a difference between cinematography and
directing.
at that point in time.
Cinematography makes your shit look good.
Yes.
Director directs you, gives you cues.
So then I started to direct myself, which then worked fine.
Yeah. It's
not
But
your
actually,
job.
I put in my head like, walk backwards, walk backwards, walk backwards. Watch out for those people's feet. I put you in my brain.
See? Well, Cooley, that's why I work with this guy. I feel like when you
There you
work
go.
with people, there's a dynamic. When we first met, John's like, I want you to meet this guy. On paper, it's like, you're some hippie Grateful Dead guy. I'm totally not that. We would never get along on paper. But
Why you got to put me in a box?
I'm putting you in a box. You're a hippie. You're a fucking hip ginger hippie.
and what am I?
Yeah, but I grew up on punk rock
You're a cool dude.
and metal.
You're a cool dude, Brett. How was
But do you remember where we met?
we met backstage? I feel at a slightly
Where? Which one?
I think it was Hammerstein. Hammerstein.
Who
Ballroom.
who were the opening acts?
Oh, Fishbone.
And who else?
You opened?
Nope. We snuck in the back door of the Hammerstein Ballroom.
I remember. What do you mean snuck? We fucking had passes, bro.
I didn't have any passes.
Oh, you snuck. I was the camera guy.
John Mattis put his hand around us,
Who
but it
opened?
was Dumps to Funk, then Fishbone, then Slightly Stupid. It was like one of the last times I ever saw them in a club. Before they did,
Hammerstein
before they
Ballroom's
were
like
only
huge.
doing summer
Yeah.
amphitheater tours,
Right.
and that was I felt like
Shout out to Angelo Fishbone, by the way.
hell yeah,
Didn't you do? I did a show with you and him at
yes,
Speakeasy.
at the Cabana or
Speakeasy.
Yeah, that was sick. Remember the speakers fell down on my head and his head.
What?
You don't remember that?
That's why he's pissed at me.
Somebody stepped on one of the mic cables and the speaker just started going, zzz, and we were like, and he keeps singing, and I'm holding. The did a show with Jizza. I forget where it was, but
We did a show with Wu-Tang.
which was great. And so we opened up for Jizza, which was cool too. But like,
That was 8 years ago.
but we didn't know like if there was a PA system or not, because they were preparing for a rap show. So when
Right,
we tried to advance
turntables
the
and
show,
shit.
they're like, "What do you? There's a live band? What do you mean?" It's like, so we figured it out, but it was like he's saying, like he it was a learning curve.
Yeah, he's
And
good
he-
now.
Yeah. He had the idea,
Yeah.
and the poster looked great and stuff, but then the execution of
Right.
the nuts and bolts,
Yeah,
he just needed a little guidance.
But yeah, touring is a lifestyle. I feel like I see all these new bands. You're parked out front of the club in your own RV. Like, that's hardcore, man.
Yeah. I mean, we literally got this thing so that we could have a backstage. Cause we don't always have
bandwagon.
a
I learned that today. Bandwagon, not
Yeah.
RV. Bandwagon.
backstage. Oh, from Bumpin' Uglies. That was
Did you see
good.
today?
Yeah.
Bandwagon, bro. This is the bandwagon.
That's hilarious. What's your next step this summer?
We have 3 things going on. Got kids back home, too, so I'm balancing, doing music.
Papa Brett?
Yep, Papa Brett. And then my girlfriend's got a kid, so it's balancing being parents and being on the road. We got this Grateful Roots tour where we're doing 2 sets, one Roots of Creation, one Grateful Dub. And we
Two
just-
Grateful Dead records.
Oh, one Grateful Dub, one original.
Oh,
Follow
wow.
me.
That's crazy.
Follow me.
Damn.
Walk with me.
Walk with me. That's Johnny Cash.
Released 8 original singles in the past year and a half. We just did a Sugar Shack.
Sugar Shack.
That's
I
cool.
remember when you first tried to get on that years ago. You
They wouldn't
did it.
listen to you or me.
What do you mean? They listen to me. That's how you got on, bro.
Finally.
Shout out to Sugar Shack. Yeah, that's huge. Getting on Sugar Shack. Dude.
Yeah. Well, they like the Grateful Dub stuff. I mean, some people like the original stuff. Some people like the Grateful Dub stuff. And they happen to resonate with that. And that it was a super cool experience. But you and Dan Kelly both were up their butt trying to get them to get us on there. And then they finally
Hell
were
yeah.
like, they saw us at Reggae Rise Up and they were like, oh, okay.
Oh, you had Matt as Yahoo on your stage at Reggae Rise Up.
Yes. One of my favorite people to jam with.
Shout out to Matt as Yahoo. He's a beatboxer too.
Shout out to Modest.
You had Billy College in your band, so
Yes.
shout out to Billy College.
Billy
Billy College.
Billy boy, Billy.
Billy Cottage.
No, I like College better.
Billy College from the Interrupters. So basically, Billy was in your band, Roots of
Well,
Creation.
first, Billy was in a band called the All Good Feel Good Collective.
But Cooley Ranks knew
Let's
him
go
too.
back to the beginning. He was in this band, a ska band,
Yeah.
the All Good Feel Good Collective. We discovered them. They were at UNH. Our saxophone player was in the band. And then they joined our band. They changed their name to the Feel Goods. And why are you moving this around?
I don't know.
So then we recruited them because they were awesome to play in our band after it opened up for us. He was on a couple of songs, and he was on our song Wake Up, and then he toured with you guys, right?
Mm-hmm. He toured with us, and then I introduced him to he toured the Pilfers.
You gotta speak louder.
I'm not a loud speaking guy. Dude, right in the
Speak
mic.
up,
I'm
speak
right
up,
in the
speak
mic.
up.
I don't gotta scream. The mic is you can turn the shit up. You know what I mean?
Man, you're
Turn
being
the
hard.
shit up in my
You're being
I'm
headphones.
just
hard.
saying, you can turn it up. Hey, mic one time.
I don't want to
Anyway.
do that. I don't want to sit there and do that on
I'm
every
sorry,
time you
bro.
talk.
I'm sorry.
It's called
so he was-
compression.
you know what I mean? I was in a band called Pilfers. Yeah, I'm still in that band. Billy was in. I'm just you fucking me up. Yeah, Billy was in that band, and then he got a chance to play with Real Big Fish when we was on tour. So yeah, that's how he went. Then he went to Interrupters. Then in
Yeah.
Interrupters.
Yep.
He's
And a
a
little bit of Goldfinger.
he's a traveling man.
He played with Goldfinger?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did some records with him too.
Damn.
His-
So it's just crazy how Billy College started with you,
Yeah.
and he knows Cooley, and now he's on.
It's called the
Interrupters.
Cottage Connection.
Cottage Cheese.
It's the College Connection.
It's-
College connection, bro.
It's definitely ambitious young man
Yes.
and very skilled.
Very skilled.
Speaking of which, I saw you play guitar with Slightly Stupid. You're
Yes.
on stage with Slightly Stupid once in a while.
I have been welcomed to the stage by the band known as Slightly Stupid, godfathers of the
Reggae rock scene.
Cali reggae scene, the American reggae scene, the reggae rock scene, whatever you want to call it. But they were playing before it even had a name. You know, they were mixing all the styles of music together.
What do you play with them?
Grateful Dead song called Franklin's Tower. They invited me at Closer to the Sun to do Franklin's Tower. I did I Know You Rider, another traditional song that the Dead did, and I think I played one more song with them. Oh, they tried Fire on the Mountain once at Closer to the Sun. So I did 3 Dead tunes with them. at
I
Closer
saw
to
you
the
play
Sun.
with them in like Maine or Boston or something. Didn't you go on stage in the States? I think I saw you on stage with them.
I opened up for them once in Columbus, Ohio.
That's where it was. Yeah.
Solo acoustic.
So your band went from a rap reggae band.
Not so much rap reggae. There were some bands that are of that style that we grew up. Our bass player before the one we have now called Fear Nuttin' Band that's done some stuff with you guys.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
Chris-
yeah. That's the first time I saw you.
Yeah. So Chris.
Irving Plaza, 2019.
Yeah. So Chris played with us for quite some time, and Fear Nuttin' Band is one of my favorite bands of all time. That's why I like your band too, because it's similar to Skindred, and I like when people blend different styles together.
Raga Core.
Hung up with those dudes for like a year
Yeah.
before they took off. Is that good enough? Come on, man.
It's too low, man.
I got a bass voice, man.
You got
Bass.
It's gonna be
How
really
low
hard
can
for me
you
to
go?
Just speak up. Louder. Come on, you can talk.
Yeah. So my lord.
You did it. You were doing it.
My lord.
I'm just saying, bro.
You were doing it.
I'm just
It's
talking,
not
man.
that difficult. You gotta stop.
I'm just speaking. I just talking how I talk, man. You want me
That's
to-
good. That's good.
Is that good? High
great.
pitch.
I heard a little New Yorker in there starting to
You know
come
what
out.
I'm
He's
saying?
getting irritated.
I'm like, yo, I just
I
speak.
talk how I talk, okay?
You know what I mean? What do you mean? Yeah. So for like a year and shit, I was working with Phil Nothing.
Yeah.
And
See, he's getting lower again.
yeah, because I'm
getting
dude,
higher.
dude, I'm sexy, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? What do you want me to speak like? I
That's
speak
good
like
content.
me, bro.
This is great
What
content.
the fuck?
This is the only part I'm gonna post on the internet. Coley
He
Ranks getting
goes
pissed.
from the angry New Yorker to like Barry White. Yo,
Yeah,
yo,
man.
baby, you know I love you.
You know I love you, babe. I'm gonna love another fighter.
Baby,
Fuck is
you
wrong?
know I
Baby,
love you.
Anyway, yeah. So I hung out with these dudes for like a year and shit, and worked with them, and they demoed all my shit, all my
Nice.
music and shit. I mean, the shit you hear now today, like
Oh, really?
mad years ago, mad years. I've been sitting on this shit.
So they did like the basic, like
yeah,
the raw stuff.
Yeah, and then they just demoed it, and I got other musicians to do the shit
Yeah.
over again. But I
It's
love
important to get those like bones to get down together.
to
like,
get
yeah.
the concepts.
Yes.
That's what it really was. You
Mhm.
know, you can say this all you want, but then when you put it down, lay it down, then you got something. You can go back and refix
Yes.
it and
Yeah.
redecorate it. Big up, fear nothing.
Yeah.
Big up, fear nothing.
Big up, fear nothing.
We gotta. End
Which
it.
is how it's
Uh-huh.
full circle.
Let's
Yeah.
hear it.
The first time I ever saw a music video from you.
The Fear Nothing band video.
Yeah, that was the first Raised Fist video, and I said, "This guy's got a cool style. I like this. It's like
Thank
a
you.
little bit aggressive. You know, I love this band. And I
I
like
do a
the
lot of
style."
in your face.
But
Like I like
it
it.
goes back again with fear nothing because that's the first time I saw you
Yes,
because
Yeah.
Chris was in the band,
correct.
and then
And
Jeff
that's how
was
I saw you again.
Yeah.
Crazy with Cooley. I met him through the
Yeah.
Chris and the band thing, but at my old school in 2014
Mm-hmm.
in Clinton Hill, I have I did a shirt drop, so I had like 20 packages full.
At the school for the kids.
No, shirt
no.
drop on Raised Fist.
Okay.
So during my lunch break, I'm walking out.
You selling the kids shirts?
Dude, shut the fuck up. During the lunch break, I'm walking out, packages,
Yeah.
and I see this guy right in front of my school, casually walking, because he had a real estate thing around the corner.
Yeah.
And I look at him, and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Cooley Ranks." I'm like, "Dude, I'm a big fan." And then we start talking, and then he looks at me, he's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Shirts." He's like, "How are you selling so many shirts?" I'll never forget it.
Word.
Cooley questioned me. You questioned me, like,
Word.
how'd you get so many orders? I'm like,
Word.
"Bro, I have a fan group."
Like, the
Yeah.
dude is smart. He's a fucking marketing genius and shit.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. I'm still trying to catch up.
I mean, Brett does the same thing. Brett literally does the same shit.
Yeah. Lost a little bit of the Raised Fist gusto. 101.
101. This is-
Where's mine?
I just
Our
gave you
whole
a fucking
band-
Dickies, dude.
I think that's your best shirt of all time.
Let me talk to you about Raised Fist.
I want to talk about this.
Are you gonna wear this?
No, I want to talk
Oh
about
no.
this.
Okay.
There's another reason why, and don't cut this out of the fucking video, okay? America does run on propaganda, and that's why I like the shirt.
That's what John
That's a
said
big
to me.
one there.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
Because America does run on propaganda. Because something I say every time in our show is we did a song with Pato Bonton, and it's some of the best words I ever heard. But I say, if you believe in the power of live music, if you believe in the power of one love, one people, one aim, one destiny, one blood, no political division, no racial division, no economic division. Tonight, just now, close your eyes and meditate with me. I ask everybody to put their fingers to the sky because, you know, America, united we stand, divided we fall. They want us to fight amongst each other about what is the issue that you don't like. Maybe you don't like abortion. Maybe you don't like this or that. They want us to fight about that while they pass some bills to make billions of dollars.
Facts.
steal from the American people. That's how I see it. So
Facts.
America does run on propaganda.
Facts.
You know what I mean? They don't. If
Facts.
we unite, then
can't do
then
shit.
they're fucked.
Yep.
Thank you for the advertisement, Brett.
Facts.
I'll pay you $5 later.
Cooley knows.
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah.
Street.
So fuck your no politics.
Fuck you. So, Two Tone Podcast. We like to thank Brett Wilson. Brett is
Are we
wearing.
skanking it easy?
Are you want skank? Let's go.
I can't do the dance.
You can't skank.
When
it.
I was in Jamaica, we went to this history of ska in Jamaica
Oh,
thing that was amazing.
Crazy.
Music inspires
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
music motivates.
makes you walk.
Yeah.
On that note,
Walk on water. We're gonna touch on religion.
thank you, Brett
Isn't
Wilson.
Isn't it Good Friday?
It is
I'm
Good
not
Friday.
religious, but
It's
I tried to
good.
give
I'm
him some
spiritual.
I tried to
Ginger
give him some
Friday.
Fish. I couldn't get any.
Fish.
Yeah.
What kind of fish?
Fish.
is that what you eat on Good Friday?
Yeah.
Nice.
Fish.
Listen, good ginger. Ginger Friday.
We almost couldn't make it into the city because it was Good Friday,
That's why there's traffic.
Easter Sunday. The Mets are playing
Mets, yeah.
today. There's so much traffic. It was
That's
crazy.
right.
Opening
where I
day for
was.
shout out to Dwight Gooden and Dallas Strawberry, 86 Mets. My two favorite players, Dallas Strawberry, Dwight Gooden, 86 Mets.
Yeah.
Shea Stadium, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Better than the Boston Red Sox. Okay, Daniel De La Cruz, I said it. From Slightly Stupid, better than the Boston Red Sox.
See, I'm conflicted because my dad's from the Bronx, but he moved to Wilbraham, Massachusetts. So his two favorite football teams are the Patriots and the New York Giants.
We could talk for hours, and you got sound check.
Okay.
Unless you want to say one more thing.
What's this?
This is a 1987 Swatch X-rated watch. All the straight edge kids would wear this. It's worth
Okay.
$300 on eBay.
I know if it was a Malcolm X watch or a straight edge.
Straight
watch.
edge, like
Okay.
X, like
To do the right thing, shit.
do the right thing.
I saw this meme on the internet that was like, it's this meme. It was like, when your white friend shows up and he's so excited to show you his tattoo of Malcolm X, and it was fucking Denzel Washington tattooed on this white dude's leg. And everybody was dying in good
yeah,
humor
of course.
because they were like, he's down for the cause, but that's
That's
Denzel.
That's Denzel, brother.
Wow.
I was fucking dying.
Spike Lee. I've been trying to intern for Spike Lee for like 10 years. I would just show up at his events. I'm like, yo, Spike. And he'll just be like, this guy again. But Spike's cool. I'm like, Spike, let me intern for you. Like, he'll have these barbecue parties once a year in front of his studios. Fort Greene. It's at the Triangle. And he's just like standing there like being barbecue host. And I'm like, yo, Spike, let me intern for you, bro. And he's just like, every time, like 8 years in a row, I'm like, Spike, take a photo. And he's like, great camera skills. I'm like, so I can work for you? He's like,
Another one.
I saw him at Afropunk. He actually hired a friend of mine, Dave Doobie. If you hired my friend, he's just like, no. He's like, stop. It's like, stop, bro. Not going to happen.
Maybe he heard some things about you.
No, he didn't hear shit, dude.
I heard.
All right, we
through
got
the
Brett wearing the
grapevine.
raised fist Dickies. It only
Yeah.
took a year to make this happen. Shout out to Mariana from Dickies, New York. Boop!
That's official.
Anyway, let's end the shit.
So can we buy this anywhere?
Yeah, it's on my website. $50, bro.
All right.
Mic drop.